No.
I... Oh, goodness. Nothing at all. Guys, look at this. I'm in the special screen now.
It's
It's me.
That's special.
It's time for me to torture everybody else.
You mean just Declan?
Well, I mean, yeah, fair.
Just Declan.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Random DMs. I am your DM today. My name is Dahi. Normally, I play the role of Deceit, the tiefling bard / bastard. Everybody, would you like to introduce yourselves?
No.
Yeah, I think so. Fiona, you go first now.
Hi, I'm Fiona. Welcome.
Great.
I play Calda. She's a really nice sorceress.
She's so nice.
Sorry, Declan, did you have a comment to make there? Good. Good. Brilliant. Glad.
Yep.
Thanks. Your feedback is noted. Yeah, nothing will be done about it. It's noted.
Nothing. No. Wayne?
Okay, me. Yeah, I'm Wayne, and I am playing Ozfire, the small halfling cleric who has issues. Really, just has issues with stuff, life, the universe, and everything. Really,
too real.
These existential crises. Yeah.
Just pure on, like. Yeah.
Philippa?
Hi, I'm Philippa. I'm playing Thalia, the barbarian, who has her own anger issues.
She does.
And tummy issues.
Oh, Baba.
She's a tummy ache survivor, aren't we all? That's everybody. Hi. First, I'm going to talk about our sponsors tonight, which are D8 Dungeon, or not D8 Dungeon. That's who we are. I am clearly really good at this. They're Dakota Irish because I was holding their dice. If you're looking for stunning, fabulous, wonderful dice and other D&D paraphernalia, i.e. towers, t-shirts, dice trays, all those good stuff, you can find them over there. They're really stunning and really, really great. And there's also the Rook and the Raven, who make fabulous custom journals and campaign planners and loads of cool, fun, excellent stuff that I've had to like drag myself away from the site because I have way too many notebooks already, but I will end up buying them
Oh wow!
As
Look
soon
what
as
I
go.
found. Dahi. Can you see
Oh,
that? Oh,
take a
it's
level away.
blurred, it's
Take a
blurred.
level away. Give your level to who? To Oster. So Oster is going to take one level in Sorcerer, and Calda's going to lose a level. No, I'm joking.
Dahi.
Maybe.
Oh!
Also, we have a discount code for the Rook and the Raven. It is D8 Dungeon, I believe, at checkout. Thank you. Great. Clearly, I'm really good at this. I'm just a great host, guys. Is there anything else we need to say about?
Just a point of order, if I'm not mistaken, Declan, and you can correct me. I'm just covering the chat here. The bot put in the Dakota Irish code.
Okay. Socials.
Hey.
Slay. Perfect. There's also the Discord server. You can come join and hang out, and like we're all really cool and chill and nice over there. Without further ado, I guess we will set into our session for tonight. So when you last saw us, Ozfire had taken our lovely heroes on a little journey through some vegan meats, etc. And we now find our heroes relaxing their minds after the shamanic experience they had all had with Osfire. Kalda is ripping through all the vegan meats, disgustedly inspecting the faux fleshy textures. Oster is busying himself with cleaning, preparing the tavern's small stage setup at Deceit's behest. Thalia is giving him a hand, moving some of the larger set pieces. And Osfire is napping currently beside Kalda because he was wiped after the last session. All of you, lovely party members, remember Deceit excusing themselves as they excitedly remarked that Ozfire's journey had missed a few details. They have a beautiful one-person play that they would like to indulge you in to fill in those details. Time ticks, and without Deceit, all of you are now sitting around the booth. The stage is set, the curtains are drawn closed, and you await Deceit's return. Ozfire is now possibly awake if you would like to be. Ozfire. What do you guys say to each other around the table? Do you have anything to discuss? How do you feel about this stage setup? Is this typical of Deceit to you guys, or?
Do you remember the last time we went to one of Deceit's plays and there was a riot?
I mean, I remember you rioting.
Thalia, I'm his #1 fan. That's what I do. It was for special effects.
Yeah, but I don't think it needed to start in the orchestra pit. I think they were meant to help. And
Burnt half my
kind of
main
play
off.
their
It was very annoying.
instruments.
It was to make them play better. They were letting Deceit down. You mustn't have gotten any of the scripts. That was part of the performance.
And as you guys are talking, just in the middle of one of your sentences, the curtain in the middle of the stage, because there are curtains now, burst open with Deceit standing center stage. Is that a spotlight? Where did they get that? Like, there's just a spotlight shining on Deceit, and as you see them lapping in the light, they say, "Good evening, good patrons, and welcome to the premiere of The Apples of Wrath, a one-person ensemble show retelling the drama and hijinks of one small mining town and 5 young, heroic folks. Please, all sending stones must be turned completely off and all flash image capturing is prohibited in the theater. But first, a few quick words from our sponsor before I regale you with the epic tale of our 5 intrepid heroes. Please, if you have the time to visit our benevolent sponsor, Jim Jam Flim Flam and his assorted preserves, consorts, jams, chutneys, and now jellies. Please try the new face-based jellies out of this play. Use code DECEPTION at checkout for a lucky dip. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for, our performance. Deceit waves their hand, and they become cloaked in a mysterious pink and orange mist that envelops the stage. Stars appear and wink in So we're getting. Is
For some
everything
reason,
okay?
your voice sounds a little robotic for some of us.
No.
Oh no.
Okay. I
Before
will.
you have a beautiful rest of your.
No.
I don't think it was cool.
Okay, give me
There
a
we go.
moment.
That's
I
better.
wish
No,
I
you're
did that
better
on
now.
purpose. Am I better now? Screw you, microphone. It was. There's special effects.
Yeah. It was over a speaker for sure.
Deceit just
Sorry
kind of
to
looks
interrupt
around and
your
starts
beautiful speech.
like and just like flicks like a wand in their hand and like taps it and it's like this damn cheap things. Anyway, the stage blurs into fog and smoke. Stars appear and wink in and out of existence. The stage is a nebula of cosmic flow. The light show persists for probably a little bit too long until the magic smoke clears to an almost empty stage that looks a little bit like Phandelver. If you squint and turn your head a little bit, Deceit is standing alone on the stage until they wave their hands and 4 copies of them magically appear at their side. Each one morphing into younger versions of each of you, the heroes in question. Thalia, Calda, Osfire, and Oster. The play begins back on that day, just outside Phandelver. We find our heroes walking now with Sildar Hallwinter and Bryson, the little goblin boy, with some members of the newly founded Goblin Union of Neverwinter and Thereafter, or GUNT for short. You're all heading towards Phandelver, making your little journey towards it. Sildar has told you that he needs to get back to Phandelver now because he needs to find Gundren. He believes that he's been taken by the Red Brands of Phandelver, and he'd like your help in finding him. He has promised you gold on bringing him and the goods to Phandelver. You did pick up the goods, by the way, out of your way, coming out of the cave. Some of them a little worse for wear. There's a few holes in some rice bags, but otherwise fine. So you make your way to Phandelver. I would like everybody to make a wee little survival check for me, please.
Oh.
Because it has been a moment since you all have had a rest.
Oh. Survival.
Yes, please.
Oh.
Stunning.
22 for Calda.
Oh my god.
Show me.
Thalia?
14 for Osfire.
8 for Thalia. Well, this was a group check. The average is a shining pass. So as you all steel yourselves through the journey to Phandelver, the only one that you really need to pick up the slack for is Sildar. He is grievously hurt, very injured. He does, however, as you are walking with him and as you are guiding him, he does mention that these goods are for Barthen's provisions in Phandelver. He also says that the Sleeping Giant is a good place to rest if you need it, and he will likely be taking his rest there. He turns to you all and just says, I appreciate you taking me this far to Phandelver, and I hope you can help me see this through and find Gundren. You will be compensated.
How are your internal organs right now?
They feel like they'd be better off outside, but
I can.
please don't take that. I'm sure you could. I'd appreciate where they are, but they don't feel so good. I'll give you an update later. Maybe they might get worse. Bryson is just kind of like toddling along with you guys. He's just like, oh my god, I hate this place. I hate these people. And as he says that, he kind of does cozy up beside Thalia a little bit. And he's like shooting you a little like awkward glance every now and then. Who's got high passive wisdom?
Pass. Yeah, I'm only 11 as well.
Yeah, 12.
12. You notice that Bryson is very like he looks a little nervous. And the other goblins, they look pretty chill. Like they look like they're having a good time. They did tell you that they were going to try and find themselves some honest work with good fair pay. Bryson is the only one of them that's looking a little like, oh, I don't like here at all. all. I don't want to do any of this. Time ticks on. You make your way towards Phandelver, and the rolling, beautiful hills of the Phandelver countryside stretch out before you. And ahead, you see the mining town itself. Straight ahead of you, you can see all sorts of features in the town. You see a beautiful orchard. You see lovely farms. You see farmhouses. You see larger buildings that are possibly storefronts, and you also see other larger buildings that might be inns or just little tavern houses. Sildar does mention to you, Barthen's Provisions is that away if you want to check it out. Maybe get your gold. I was kidnapped, so I don't have any money to pay right now. But there are people here who can loan me until I get back to Neverwinter. You will be paid for taking me here. Just give me about a day. I need to meet with some people, and I need to rest. I'm not feeling great. So he takes his leave of you and heads towards the sleeping giant. What do you guys want to do now that you're in Phandelver?
What time of day is it?
It is about 6 p.m.
Okay.
So like above those beautiful rolling hills, there's like a sun setting, but is the sun like moving like jittery or something? Is it like is it like a crank? No, it's just the sun right there. It's fine. Where would you like to go?
Are most of like the places that he tells us, like as we look around, do we see is the place that he tells us to go to get paid? Is it? Do we see if it is it in the vicinity? Or do we have to go up the street like him to see if it's open even at this time?
So you get to kind of like a clearing in Phandelver.
You're a bit robotic again, Dahi.
Robot again.
I'm just gonna pull my microphone closer to me.
Deceit needs to get rid of their Fisher Price microphone.
I don't know if it's like my headphones trying to use the mic, or like my actual mic is just being pitched. Do I sound okay now?
You still sound like a robot. It's really...
You guys play amongst kids, play amongst yourselves. Mommy was.
I recommend that we probably, if it's still open, we get ourselves some pay, find somewhere to put our heads down and get some rest, and maybe get some food. That's my suggestion. Whatever else the rest of you might want to do, because it has been a very long day.
Sounds good.
I found it. Do I sound better now?
Yay!
Yes.
I found it was using the wrong microphone. Of course it was. It's so irritating. I'm sorry.
Production. Blame the production team of the play.
Yeah. No. As like for some reason the hustle and bustle of the town sounded really tinny to you for some reason. But now Deceit has
Thaumaturgy gone wrong.
Back in the tavern, you see Deceit like hammer the wall a little bit, and the sound seems to fix itself. Don't mind those houses at the back; they're definitely not made of cardboard. So you do find yourselves in the Phandelver town proper. All of the buildings that he did mention, the sleeping giant is down the way. You do see him make his way with some of the goblins to the sleeping giant. It is like down the road. He seems to be heading down. He did say Barthen's Provisions was quite close. And it is somewhere here on this map. It is down another road, but like way less. It's not as far as the sleeping giant.
Okay.
You guys have the cart with you as well.
Yeah,
Should we bring
And
them there?
was the plan to drop that stuff off at this place? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you were hired to do, was to drop this to Barthen's Provisions for Barthen himself.
Oster, off you go. Bring the cart.
I mean, we ain't got paid yet, boy. So I'd say we finish the quest when we have coin in our pockets. That's when we finish it, you know. But yeah, we arrived.
It was quite a violent quest, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I enjoyed it. If you use baking soda, that's good for getting goblin blood out of your clothes. Unless you wish to keep it.
I will lift it a lot.
So much you're gonna lift it, just so much.
Sally's just been like bench pressing the boxes in the back of the cart.
I love it. Perfect. And the other two, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to head to
on Osfire and look down on him? Where shall we go?
I mean, I suppose we better find somewhere to stay. Sildar said he was going to be staying in a place, but I mean, we could always stay there, find him, and rest up. I mean, I'm quite tired.
I'm not.
So, yeah. So Osfar just turns on his heel and just walks in a general direction to where this giant played, the Stone Hill giant, or what's called. I can't remember
sleeping
the name.
Giant.
The sleeping giant.
That's okay.
The sleeping giant.
Yeah, Calder will glide after you.
So as all of our actors leave the stage, fade to black, and we fade back into the interior of Barthen's Provisions as Oster and Thalia make their way indoors. You see this really like furrowed-browed looking bald man who's just like, he just looks quite stoic sitting at the desk, and he just turns and he looks at you and just says, "You're not from town. You must be the folks bringing my goods, I hope." Did you carry those by hand here?
Yes. Just starts flexing.
Oh, okay, so, well, good, thank you, I appreciate it. How many were in your troop? I think they sent a missive that there was going to be about 4 of you, correct? Aren't you just a little darling yourself?
And Deceit.
Such a ray of sunshine. So there's
the most wonderful
there's
and amazing of us. How could you possibly forget?
Speaking of which, you guys, Deceit was just kind of tagging along with you. Deceit headed to the sleeping giant also, as they don't really want to talk to Barthen. They just don't feel like it. They're not feeling it. They're kind of sleepy. So Barthen just looks you up and down and says, "Aren't you two just peachy? Well, look, let me get you your payment, and if you want to just haul the stuff just around the side of the building, that would be wonderful." And he just starts rooting around and looking, and he pulls out a bag with a bag of like gold, obviously, and he hands it to you, and he says, "This should cover your expenses and be pretty good payment. It's 10 gold per person, so a good 50 gold for you folks. Does that suffice?" I could get used to this kind of treatment, to be honest. I mean, these people around here don't really appreciate me clearly like you do. Roll me a persuasion check, please, Oster.
I'm trying to see if I wrote down how much we were supposed to get. I have not. So
I
that's
think
fine.
I think it is 50 gold. I think that was the promised price. I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Jesus. He just stops and says, well, if all of my clients and all of the people I hired were going to give me this kind of treatment, I'd feel pretty good about myself. You know what? Here. And he hands you another 5 gold pieces, Oster. You seem like good people, and I hope you continue to show our town the favor you've been showing me. You can tell that this man, he just really enjoys the having smoke blown up. Like, he is just so about himself. The place, you can even tell by his clothing, is quite, like, compared to how shabby some of the, like, drawers and desks and shelves are at the place, because it costs money to renovate these things. His clothes look great. He looks good. The store looks fine. Well, that's one of, you know what? I'll get my people to haul those in. You go take yourselves a rest. Maybe take that 5 gold and spend it in one of the taverns here. You know, keep that economy just all right now. I appreciate it. That I don't know where to ask, but thank you, I will. And you guys make your way out. We cut to the exterior of the sleeping giant, where Ozfire, being somebody of your nature, somebody who has seen armed forces, people who took up arms and became militia, became armed folk, you've noticed that there's not really a town guard presence in this town as such. There seems to be a form of militia, a form of there's no real uniform. People tend to, anybody who looks a bit rough and tumble or a bit like authoritative, they tend to have like a little red scarf or a piece of red tied to their cloaks, or their clothes. But there's not many of them, and any of them you do see seem to be shoving each other around and acting the shite, really. There's a couple of them acting the crap outside of the tavern, shouting stuff at each other and like basically just being a nuisance. They're not too bad, but you do notice that, being someone of your life.
I'm gonna turn to Calda and I was like, I think this might very well be a wretched hive of scum and villainy. So we definitely must be cautious.
My favorite.
I like, hold on to your purse or any valuables or jewelry. Or
you see Deceit,
keep an eye.
Like, just like cover up like everything they're wearing. They're like, oh, everything I'm wearing is designer.
But see, if I let them steal from me, it allows me to get my things back whatever way I wish and not get in trouble. I'm only defending myself.
As you say that, Calda, I want you to give me a little perception check, please.
Oh no. Leave my shit alone.
As you talk about your shit.
Oh, that's not great. That's a 9.
Okay. You remember you found a lovely ornamental frog a while back? You can't seem to find it in your stuff anymore, as 2 young fellas just like make their way inside the sleeping giant. And you see them snickering and laughing, and you don't know whether they're looking at you or not. You didn't really notice. However, one of them is wearing a beautiful bangle, and the other one is wearing quite a beautiful necklace.
Oh.
You've noticed that some of these guards are wearing things they probably shouldn't be. Maybe things that they've muscled off of people, etc. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of these guys around the sleeping giant, as much as they are kind of everywhere in little pockets. But they are here. There is a presence of them here.
So I noticed that the frog is gone.
You notice the frog is missing.
Okay. Calda's going to stare narrow-eyed at those 2 that were snickering walking in. They took Oster from me.
I forgot you named it Oster.
What? They took
him.
Wait, Amy.
I'm going to get him back. She's going to start gliding into the tavern.
Deceit just looks and says, "Well, we must heroically save our friend, yes?"
Did she mean that they took Aster like big, you know?
I mean,
big, but a wee bit dumb. But I mean, big.
I mean, that kid, he's always running around. I mean, he could have ran ahead of us. We don't know him, really. But anyway, all I know is there is a little opportunity for heroics here, no?
Oh, I suppose.
Well, Deceit,
yeah, okay.
yes. The bad people, the villains, must pay. Isn't that how it works?
We don't stand for villainy. And there's something about Deceit's voice. It sounds bigger. It sounds like it's booming. It's really beautiful, actually. It's quite seductive. And as you notice that beautiful voice, they waltz in to the sleeping giant ahead of you.
Calder will walk right into the middle of the room and extend a hand and say, "My frog."
You just hear like a, "Your what now?"
My frog.
Is that what you call your face, miss?
Do you like it?
Some frog you are. Stay.
Where would you like
and they
to
all
put
just
your face?
burst out laughing.
Would you like your face somewhere?
Here, what are you talking about faces for? You weirdo.
Oh, thank you. My frog.
We don't have your frog, weirdo. Get out.
Dolly, don't tempt me.
The bartender behind just kind of reaches up their hands, and you see this kind of slight woman. She seems like maybe like in her like late teens, early 20s, and she just kind of says, "Oh, please, just can we keep this like civil? If there's a frog, can we just give it back maybe? We don't want any more fights in this bar. Please, we just fix the table." And you see there's a table that like the leg is like this. It's like that, and it's like on the side. You seem to get the gist that there's a few brawls in this place.
I won't cause any of them to expire if they return the frog.
Just please, if you're going to have a bit of a rough and tumble, I would just please ask you not to cause any bloodshed. We've had a little bit too much of that. And again, you see there's a rug stained red. This place has seen a little bit of rough and tumble in the last couple of weeks. You've
And
noticed.
Dahi, you said all these pricks are wearing like, they're kind of identified by red like scarves and stuff.
Mhm.
They have like, they're obviously like a group, are they?
Yeah.
Calder will just stare wide-eyed at the barkeep and say, "They are causing trouble in here, are they not?"
Oh, well, I mean, they also, and you can tell that. Give me an insight check.
Oh no. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on
As
the floor.
this is happening,
Oh,
we get
18.
a lovely little. Ooh, lovely. We get a lovely little cut, and our two others have joined, slowly behind you. So you guys have entered the sleeping giant as well. Time means nothing in a play. You just walk from one part of the stage to another. So it suits me that this happens. So
I feel like in the cut there's just like a quiet grumble from the audience of like, I don't remember any of us looking this tall or handsome when we were younger.
literally, you're all like that like handsome Squidward kind of like.
Yeah,
Like
there's a lot
beautiful.
of
Everyone's
console
just like,
going on.
Your frog
First playing us.
I don't want you being so oiled up all the time.
Yeah, the guy who stole your frog, like you just see like his chest is open. He's like, "Your frog? What are you talking about?"
Okay, I changed my mind.
And he's like sparkling. No, but the 18 tells you this bartender is clearly trying to keep them happy. They have clearly caused trouble, and they seem to have a little bit of leverage over her by the looks of it. She does express to you, though, if there is going to be any sort of fighting, please to just not cause bloodshed. She is angling for you to not use your weapons. However,
How far?
And I'm gonna go up to the youth that has the frog, or supposedly has the frog, and is like, what is it? What's their what is there any kind of non-gender specific? What do they look like? What did this individual look like?
They look like just a young fella. They look like they're no more than 17, 8 years, maybe 18 years of age, like 18, 19 years of age. They just look like they just have that constant kind of like sour puss on them the whole time. They look like they know better than all of you, and they've barely seen this world they've barely seen a couple of rotations of the world, like, compared to you. Like, they're just so like green, but like they've got a little bit of power from being as part of this red brand group, and it's immediately gone to their heads. They're real shitty, like, short dark hair, lanky fella, and they all look kind of similar. They all have that same kind of haircut that's like cropped and kind of curly perm on the top. You know, you see millions of them walking around the streets. Like, they all look the same.
So Osfar's gonna walk up and say, "Now, you're a mighty tall young fella, and I'm sure you think you know how this world works, but take a long, hard look at my face, boy. Look at the scars. Look at the damage. I've seen war. I've seen the world as it is. And it is a dangerous place. And we are dangerous people. And you would not want to mess up your pretty little young boyish looks
I would.
over a little toy frog. Now, would you?"
Please.
And as I say this, I'm just going to start to conjure up a sacred flame in my hand and bring it very close to his face.
Okay.
Just look right up, kind of holding it up, because obviously I'm looking up at him. I was like, "Trust me when I say it ain't worth it."
So this kid has a bunch of lads around him right now. And I want you to roll me an intimidation check, please.
Sure. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to say, "Now, you might think that you and your friends have advantage over us, but you have to remember that I've been doing this a long time. And you have to remember that if I wanted to kill all of you, I could." And I got a natural 18 plus. Where's my intimidation? Sorry, 1 second now. So it's a natural 18. I think it's like +1 or something. Sorry, D&D Beyond is freezing.
That's okay.
+2, so dirty 20.
20. So I just rolled him, because that was pretty high, regardless of the modifier. I just rolled him a Constitution modifier, or a Constitution saving throw. He did not shit himself. So the kid kind of like looks at his friends, and his friends are like, "Go on, don't let this fucking old fart tell you what to do. Don't tell us." And he's like, yeah, you can't tell me what to do. And he's clearly bricking it, and he's trying to look very macho, etc. And one of his friends, to kind of support this, throws a tankard at you, Ozfire, and I would like you to all roll initiative for me, please. However, your enemies are going to get disadvantage because of Ozfire's tactics.
I got 9.
Excellent. Whew.
14 for Thalia.
This is a
Natural 20.
Oh!
Slay.
Plus, I think I've just got 0 on initiative. Yeah, so natural 20.
Hell yeah. So we know who's going first. They got the exact same initiative. No, they got different initiative. It's 1 point in the difference. So who we've got? You at 20, Osfire? Yeah. Oster, you have 18 plus what? Just a flat 18, yeah. Anybody else higher than 18? Right. Who's next? I think it was Thalia. You were like 14 or 15.
14.
14. Then we have, what were you called up?
9.
9, that's fine. You are last, I'm afraid.
Preoccupied with the frog.
Hold on. We have to roll for Deceit, who gets advantage because I said so. That's a natural 20 also.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Noted.
Deceit also has a +2 to it. But you'll see how this works. Oh shit! I was writing your numbers, not your like initials. OC
I'm just gonna write Dahi is a big fat cheater.
+4. Listen here. Hi, I'm the DM.
Deceit will be presumably
that
coordinating
frog-
the fight stunts, so it's
That
fine.
frog gets back to your pocket and is actually a grenade and explodes and you die. Okay, so first up we have Deceit. And as this cup is thrown, there's quite a commotion. There's about 4 young fellas who seem to be facing you off, and the bartender has urged that you don't use your weapons. Please, no bloodshed. However, Deceit is not with you guys, not with you. There seems to be another group of young fellas on the other side of the bar, and they are going to... Yeah, that's pretty good. That's like fucking 20. You just see a veritable ballet of violence in the corner. Deceit is flipping and kicking and punching and backflipping, and like there's about 5 guys all just getting beaten up by Deceit. And as like one of them gets punched in the nose, you see him like throw like a red streamer that like just cascades out of his nose, like a bloody nose. And did that slap actually land? Well, the guy fell over, so it must have. So Deceit is just a flurry of smacks and kicks, and it's just very heroically dealing with one side of the bar. And then we cut to you guys fighting 4 instead of 5. So Osfire.
I'm going to twin spell the Sacred Flame.
Okay.
On the little blackguard in front of me, and then the blackguard who threw the tankard. So,
Sure.
1 second now. So, yeah. So, twin spell on Sacred Flame. Where is this now? So, it's a dex save of 12.
Okay.
So I need 2 dex saves
to do that. They are going to dex save. Oh, yeah, they're separate entities. Dex saves of... Oh, okay. So, one of them got a 15. The other one got a nat 1. So they are automatically going to take 8 plus a roll of your Sacred Flame. One of them saves, however. So it's a cantrip, so they take nothing, I'm sure, right?
I rolled a 1, so he takes 9.
Yeah, well, he's a scrawny-looking young fella. And the guy who threw the tankard at you is the one that fails. As you wrap your hands around the flame and cast it. Now, your flame doesn't really look like how you usually see it look. It seems to be like the ground around it, like these little pods open up, and it's like of these little like puffs of like glitter and confetti, and the guy just flips over like full Power Ranger style, like flips onto the ground and is unconscious. We move to Oster. Oh wait, is that the rest of your turn, or do you do anything else?
Yeah, no, that's me.
Perfect.
That's me.
Oster. Mm-hmm. Basically, they all look kind of like copies of each other almost. It's uncanny. Oh no, we can't hear Declan apparently. In chat.
Can't hear Declan.
Oh no, they missed that.
You missed what's buzzing cousin.
Yeah, so he
Love your nest.
Yeah, he walks up to the
your nest.
to the nearest guy and is just can't believe I have to do this again. What's buzzing, cousin? I'm really digging your nest.
See, Fiona thinks that her like thing against Declan was a lot, but I'm making Declan act like this. Yeah. So this is my note. He kind of looks at you. Now you're a good like 2 to 3 inches taller than this fella, and he's like, "What the fuck?" Roll me a persuasion check, please. I want to say with disadvantage. Yeah, fuck it with disadvantage because that's just
okay.
ridiculous.
So that's a 10. It was a 14 or a 10.
he kind of just looks at you and goes, well, and he puts his hand out to shake yours, and he shakes your hand, and he goes, do you want to help us bait the shite out of these lads, or?
Well, no. These are my friends. We're new here, and I guess.
Yeah, I know that.
I just
what's going on? I'm so confused. You're, and that's the end of your turn.
Okay.
You've confused this poor mop-headed fella.
Okay. Happy to do so.
No idea what to do. He is going to take a turn off because he's really confused. He's no idea what's going on. He's like, why did he try to shake my hand? Talia, we're up to you. As you hear a grumble in your tummy.
Yeah, this is the worst time for a tummy ache. We're gonna do a little rage. And now, because we're level 3, when I rage, I do a wild surge of magic, which is exciting. So, a little toot escapes. But what sort of magical toot is it? It is. Ooh. Ooh. An intangible spirit, which looks like a flump or a pixie. Obviously a flump. It's within 5 feet of one creature of your choice you can see within 30 feet. At the end of the current turn, the spirit explodes, and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dex save or take 4 damage, blah, blah, blah. I can keep using this until my rage ends as a bonus action. So
your toots can explode.
Yeah. Yeah. Got explosive toots.
Okay.
That's why I'm so angry.
Oh, we've all been there. We've all been there.
So your little toots appear. Your toot appears.
Yeah, I aim it at someone who's got. I aim my buns of steel at one of the lads who's like not too close to any of my friends, so that they don't get caught in this blast radius. And yeah, a little magical flump toot goes over to them.
Absolutely, that is something that you can do.
At the end of the current turn. Okay, so that'll explode in a minute. But in the meantime, I would like to try and suplex one of the lads onto that table because, of course, why is a prop table here if not to do a cool move onto it?
Absolutely. So go ahead and make your suplex attack. Go make an unarmed strike for me, please.
Yeah. Are my guns? Are my muscles strength-based weapons?
Oh yeah, absolutely, strength-based.
So I get a +2 for melee. Strength weapons. So, to hit is plus my strength. Sorry, don't normally do unarmed attacks. Is a non-natural 20 to hit.
Sure. Yeah, that absolutely does hit.
Which is 1 plus strength. So, but then another +2 because of my rage, so that is 7 damage.
Do you know how much HP these guys have?
Through the table.
These guys have 7 HP. So they're weaklings.
I would like to try and knock them out. Ideally, I don't really want to necessarily smash skulls.
You fully reach. You fully grab under this fella and reach, and you all see Thalia almost back displaced, bending back to suplex.
Beautiful German suplex.
A beautiful German suplex right over her back in through this table, and it just cracks and crashes open. And you could swear that table is in just 2 separate halves, and it just Lego kind of was it meant to do that? No, it broke like a regular table. And the bartender goes no, well, I mean, look, at least it's not blood. Oh, and that is an excellent turn.
And then my flump explodes.
Yeah. I'm just going to odds evens it here. Yeah, it's going to hit both of them. I wanted to odds evens, whether it was close enough to both of them, because we're theater of the minding here. I didn't know exactly.
And it's a DC 15 dexterity save.
Jesus Christ. Well, one of them succeeds. The other one does not.
The one who does not takes 1d6 force damage.
Sure.
Cool. And then, yep, gonna stay.
What is the? How much did he
I'll
take?
stand up. 5.
Okay, cool. Okay, he's looking hurt. He gets hit by the fart. It is now.
Yeah, that's me done.
It is now the guy who Oster is shaking hands with's turn, and he just turns and sees all of his friends getting suplexed, and a fart exploded, and he's like, "Oh, fuck, you guys kind of weren't fucking around." Well, you seem nice, so and he just fucking legs it. I'm gonna say Oster and Calda getting a chance for an opportunity attack as he runs past. If you want.
The guy that took the frog, that I think took the frog.
Yes, it is actually.
Oh, convenient.
Because the guy who threw the
take
tankard
that.
was already knocked out, and the guy who got suplexed was one of the other fellas.
So I have the guy in front of me as well, don't I?
The guy in front of you. Oh, yeah. You also get an attack of opportunity. This is this guy.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
That this guy. Okay. I'm gonna. If Calda's gonna go for it, I'm gonna let her do her thing.
Slag.
Thanks.
Love it.
Yeah.
Do you think she's gonna go for it?
I think so.
Yeah, she will absolutely go for it. She's going to just stare at this creature running away from her.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody takes Oster from me.
If you would like, Osfire, this can be considered the help action. If you would like.
Yeah. I mean, to stop him, I might just put my foot out and trip him.
Absolutely. Calda, get yourself a wee cheeky advantage.
Ooh! She'll shout at him as he's running and say, "Give it back, your last chance."
And he just like fumbles, and like you see like a bag of like probably like silver coins drops to the ground, alongside like another little satchel that spills open, and you see like little trinkets and knickknacks, just like bangles and stuff. And he's like, I don't have your stupid frog. It's that fella there. And he like points at the guy who was suplexed over the table. This is the guy you thought it was. It was the guy who was suplexed to the table who has it. And he's like selling out his friends. He does not care. He just saw his friend get fart exploded. He saw his friend get suplexed through a table. The other one got almost burnt to a crisp. He's like, he just shouts at the other fella who's you can still hit him if you want to, actually.
Is Suplex guy out for the count?
Oh, he's knocked out, yeah.
Okay. She'll call over to Thalia and say, "Search the corpse for my frog, please." And then she is going to...
Oh, he's just knocked out. He doesn't know how to take a bump.
And she's going to stare at him and say, "Thank you. Now hold still." And she's going to cast Chaos Bolt at him.
Yes.
Sure.
16 to hit.
Jesus, of course it is. This poor guy is going to get melted.
Good. They'll know not to mess with us next time. 11 and a d6.
I don't like that
11,
noise.
12, that's 14 damage, and let me see what kind of damage I wanted to do. Ooh.
Tickle.
Ooh. The choices. Lightning.
So this guy had 7 HP.
Did you say Oster had an attack of opportunity as well? Or was it Osfire?
I think it was Osfire.
Okay.
It was Osfire and Calda. Sorry.
Well, wasn't this the guy as well you were shaking hands with? Yeah.
Yeah, no, you would. You would have had a chance for an opportunity attack, yeah.
Okay, except because the entire time Oster has just kind of looked at what's happened around him, and it's just gone a bit, it's gotten a bit rowdy. So he's gonna pick up a tankard. Yeah, he's gonna pick up a tankard from the table next to him, and just Calda, think fast, and he's gonna like chuck the drink in Calda's face to try and stop her from electrocuting his new friend
and killing him.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be like a Telltale game. Calda will remember this.
Calda, I would like you to... We're going to treat this as a line I would like you to roll a. This is just for me. It's not used up any of your use of line, but I would like you to roll a d20 with me, please.
Okay. I got 14.
Oh, I got a 6. So you succeed in what you were trying to do. The drink hits you across the face, but as the sort of the liquid speckles go across, they catch all the bits of lightning coming from your chaos bolt. And a bit of the drink gets on this young fella as well, and he is now reduced to a pile of ash. But you see, it looks like a trapdoor opened underneath him, and the actual actor fell. Or sorry, the brigand, the bandit. He's not an actor. Fell through the stage, and there's now just a pile of ash on the floor. You killed him. He's dead. That was like double his HP. The 14. These guys were squishy. The bartender
You've got
says,
the nicest hair.
Well, that technically wasn't blood, I guess.
Oh, there's no liquid left. It's all evaporated.
Oh, yeah, I'll get the duster. And she just like heads off to the back. She's looking really upset.
Osfar is going to have a very dramatic pause to himself and go, "War."
And then the flump explodes again.
And the last guy, who is looking like battered and bruised, just goes like, I'm fucking getting out of here. And it was his turn next. He's going to disengage and then run away. You hear him as he runs. He just kind of like tumbles and trips, and he's just like, I'm not fucking getting paid enough for this. And he fecks off. He escapes. You are now left with 3 bodies unconscious. The Sacred Flame guy, I'm going to say, is unconscious because he flipped over. The other guy is safe below the stage, but it's now ash. You now see the bartender. She's just sweeping these little ashes away and just kind of like, oh, I hate this fucking town. She's just like sweeping. You hear kind of a little bit of a commotion from upstairs now, and the combat, or the ruckus, definitely dies down. Deceit has successfully felled all of their foes. The ones that did not fall to their flurry of dancing blows escaped, and you hear them, like, for some reason they sound completely different to the rest of them. They're like, "We'll get you, you little snot-nosed heroes," and Deceit, like, 2 hands, like fists on their waist, like puffing out their chest, like, "We shall smite you, villains." And it's going on. That's all going on over there. It looks like it's happening like on the other side of the stage, and you're all just kind of like, okay.
Oh no, present day Calda is on her feet.
It's almost like there's 2 plays happening at once. There's what you guys are doing, and there's what Deceit is doing. And as you hear like creaking, like and if you look outside, you see like stars fall jittery into frame. It seems to the night seems to start to take over the town, and the bartender just says, "Well, look, at least they're out of my hair for the evening. You guys, that was cool. Would you like a room for the night? It's the least I can do for at least getting them out of my hair for."
Calda is picking up. You said your man dropped like a bag of like jewelry and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adorning herself with
and
jewels.
You look beautiful. There's like, it looks like really dwarven jewelry, like really like dwarven make. So it looks like it could be jewelry that was like owned by the people here for like, they could be like heirlooms. You know, you don't
smell like death.
One of them smells like an old lady's bathroom. It's got that lavendery kind of smell. The other one smells like mothballs, so you think somebody might have died in it.
Oh.
And the necklace that you've got on definitely feels like the person who originally owned it isn't alive anymore. It's like very dated kind of jewelry. So it does look like the people who used to own it are dead. You hear then just some steps come down from the stairs. There's like a little stairway to go upstairs into the bedrooms. You hear this quite heavy footsteps, but the frame is small. You see this very stout woman walk down the stairs very slowly, and she just kind of looks you all over, and she says, Huh. Well, aren't I glad that you guys got here? These young fools, they really pissed me off in this place. You guys seem to have taught them a lesson. Come, sit with me up here.
Ozfire is in the middle of basically doing Spare of the Dying and all of the unconscious dudes, while at the exact same time throwing them through the front door out onto the street.
100%.
And clearing the area, and then just dropping 2 gold coins on the countertop for the barmaid and say, "We're really sorry about the mess, but we can't abide ruffians."
Look, I'm just glad that I don't have to clean any blood out of the carpets again. It's really hard to clean, but I really appreciate you getting these guys out. And Halia seems to have taken a little bit of a notice of you too. I'd probably talk to her. She seems like, I mean, she's miss. And then Halia just kind of puts her hand up. She's like, "It's okay, darling. It's okay, darling. Just you rest. You've had a bit of a rough one. Please, you lot seem very capable. Do you..." And she kind of looks at you all now and realizes how different you all look, and how like bizarre some of you look, and how decked out in weird jewelry and fineries and strange different like outfits. She kind of just goes, "If I had to bet, I'd say you're adventurers, yeah? Look, there's a table in that corner. Let's take a seat. I'll buy you all a drink. How about that?"
Yeah, that sounds good.
Lovely.
Yeah, let's go.
You, tall fella, and she kind of looks at you, Oster, and she just says, "You all right? You look a little shaken."
Oster is just kind of. I'm really sorry, Calda. I didn't mean to be a wet rag. I just,
Bless him.
and he's gonna just kind of shuffle, and he's gonna just shift towards the little table.
It's not fair that you can murder and I cannot. He likes to murder people. He's very good at it.
Well, honestly, sometimes it's what the job calls for, yeah?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, war.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah. And she kind of looks at you, Osfire, and she sees the fact that you threw out those men and you were like pretty proactive about all that. She kind of sizes you up a little bit. She gives you a bit of a look, and then you all take a seat with her. If you do, she takes a seat anyway.
Did we catch her name again? Sorry, what was her name?
Halia.
Thalia is like.
That's all you got. That's all you caught from the. Yeah, it's very close to Thalia. I was like, should I change the name? No. It's fine. She sits back with a demeanor of somebody who has station. You know, she sits back with a confidence, and she looks at you all and she says, "So those ruffians, yeah? I take it you don't like them."
Normally, I only vaporize people I don't enjoy.
That's good to hear.
They seem very.
They are a little more than rude, I would say. Listen, we've got a problem here. And your friend, I assume he was your friend. I pretty much know everyone in this town, and there's a young human man who made his way upstairs to rest. I assume he came with you lot, right?
Yeah, that would be correct.
Him and the Rock Seekers, they seem to have a bit of a notion to take care of his Red Brand folk. And I like that. And I like how you dealt with them. I would like to maybe form a little bit of a patronage here. How would that sound?
When you say take care of...
I don't care how you take care of them. I want them out.
In pieces.
Whatever. I don't care. I want Trisenda Mana.
We're doing it.
I want Trisenda Mana cleared, and I want these people out.
Mm-hmm. We're doing it, everybody, aren't we?
Hold everyone's horses here for two seconds. Now we just arrived. we're very tired. We haven't we literally engaged in these what I can only describe as young, very young offenders. They were children. They were like in the teens. So
Yes.
is it like a collection of young children that you want us to murder, or is it like are there hierarchies? Is this like
Those are
what are we
just
dealing with here?
those are just a few of the upstarts. The rest of them are all much varied, I guess, in age. The Red Browns moved in here a while ago. They've been ruling the roost. They know not to cross me, but they don't know the same for the rest of the businesses here. People have had a lot of trouble with them for a while, and some people around here have actually taken up arms and started to work for them. And I don't like that. It makes people lazy. It makes people stupid. So, I'd like to offer a little bit of a patronage. I have a little favour to ask first, if that's all right. I have a friend, and I think he might be in a little spot of trouble in the next few days. Oh, wait, where are my manners at all? Sorry. And she calls the barkeep, and she just kind of she does 5, and then she sees Deceit, and she's like 6. And there are drinks brought to you. I even forget about my own character sometimes. No, there are drinks brought to you. And you'll notice as she's like drinking her drink, her tankard is not clear, and she seems to be sipping. But is she even sipping liquid? I don't. Is there anything in that? She seems to be just, tipping away. She gets you all a round of drinks, and she then says to you all, and look, if it's board you're looking for, I can sort that too. I don't want you lot getting killed or dying of starvation out in the middle of the woods. Especially if you're going to be...
I require an ice bath to soothe my muscles.
An ice bath? That is... Please. Honestly... Give me a persuasion check. Please. Thalia.
Persuasion. A 14.
I can dunk you in the nearby river if that works.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, lovely. And do you know what? I'll have at least a little few ice cubes sent that way too. Look, I'm not going to mince words. I don't like it. It's stupid. And I need people like yourselves to pay to do it. I'm not a warrior. I'm a businesswoman. And I need my businesses here to flourish. And they're not flourishing if these little shitheads are taking over the place.
You don't mince your words. Can we mince them?
You're a weird one. You can do what you like with them, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of murder, but look, these guys have kind of had it coming a little bit.
Can I ask, in these situations, who we just fought, they weren't very organized, but there's generally a leader of some sort, some captain of whatever these are, or head thief, or head brigand, or head something.
There is, but I fucking don't know who it is. There's been a few people around here that aren't really locals that have come around and have been influential. There's one or two. There's a couple of them, but I don't know.
It's a local town for local people.
A local town for local people.
No, that business here.
There's people here who I don't know who's running the operation, but I know that one of their leaders is planning to accost a friend of mine, a good friend. And if you lot can take care of him and look after my friend, I'll make it very worth your while. It'll also prove to me that you're good at what you do, and then perhaps we can work together a little longer to oust these people. I know the base is in Tresenda Manor, but I can't get in. They won't let me. They won't let any of my people in, and it's too dangerous for me to go up there myself, etc. However, I need a little more proof that you can do what I need you to do, but I am willing to pay. I own the mines here. I own parts of the mines. And I make quite a little bit of money. I sell a lot of ore to Neverwinter. And I can secure your payment for this first little job of minding my friend. It'll be 25 gold pieces each. How's that sound?
Sounds better than the last quest.
It's satisfactory for it's a babysitting job, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what you're suggesting? We're looking after this friend of yours.
You just need to make sure he doesn't get killed.
And in what situation has he put himself that may end up him being killed?
Duran is my friend. He owns the orchard here in town. He was an old adventurer. It seems that some word has gotten around about his old exploits and the fact that he might have some documentation about the old mines around here. There's treasure in the mines, apparently. It's just a stupid story little kids like to say, that they're going to find the treasure of this mine and be rich, whatever, you know. He might have documentation to help them find what they need to find. I think they're after it. I can't really do anything if they send the right people to him, unless I have someone like you. He's a good man, and I'd really rather him not get killed, because I know he's stubborn. I know he won't give it up for them. I know he won't give him the stuff if he thinks it's going to help them. So, do we have a deal?
When you say the right people, what does that mean? Are they going to be worse than those lads?
Oh, much worse.
Okay. Yeah, I can handle it.
Much worse. I mean, you probably could, if I'm looking at you all right. How's it sound?
Delicious.
But it doesn't have to be a rumble, though, right? We can just protect Duran. We don't have
to make sure he doesn't die.
Make sure he doesn't die. It's likely that they're gonna probably try to hurt you if you try to protect him. That's why I can't really go myself.
Defend ourselves if they do that.
Please. Do.
Noted.
Foster, you're very good at jumping. You could just grab him and just keep running away.
Yeah, no sweat. And Oscar,
just run real fast.
Thumbs up.
They can't catch you. They can't kill him.
She looks directly at you now, Oster. Halia looks at you and just says, "Oh, sweet child, you're too pure for this kind of work. Are you sure this is what you want to do?"
Yeah, no, I'm keen on it. And don't worry, I'll. There won't be any goofs, and everything's going to be righto. I promise.
Okay. Well, lovely to meet you all. My name is... A proper introduction is probably necessary. My name is Halia Thornton. Quite an influential person around these parts, but I don't really... I've got money, and I provide people with work. And I just want this town to stay that way. I want it to stay on the straight and narrow, which it's not really right now, and I need help. So, if that will be everything, unless you have any questions, any more?
Where do we find this friend of yours?
The Erdmath Orchard. That's his name, Duran Erdmath. Actually, he started the orchard here in his family after he settled down. Makes beautiful apples, lovely ciders as well. So I'm going to retire for the night because it's getting quite late. And look, I'd say I head there sometime tomorrow. That's what it seemed like. I've got a little bit of intel on what they're doing and what their movements are, but not enough. And it seems like they might be moving on him tomorrow.
I suppose we better get an early start to get there in time.
We should get some sleep. My tummy hurts when I'm tired, so we should definitely get.
Speaking of which, Thalia, your rage has run out. please give me a Constitution saving throw.
13.
Okay, your tummy is holding. It's sore, but you're being really brave about it, and it's okay. You're okay.
I'm just
you're
like in the
so
back,
brave.
I'm like lean over to Caldon, like my tummy really hurts. By the way, but I think it was all of that suplexing. I think I hurt my abs.
Well,
I'm just gonna sleep it off. It'll be fine.
Maybe you shouldn't have another drink, love. You should probably keep it the way it is now. Well, I'm gonna retire for the evening, and I'll talk to you after you've done the job.
Wonderful.
You can find me at my estate. Do you hear me? My house. It's just up the hill. Or here. I'm usually here. I'm usually upstairs, away from those pricks. They don't come near me. Right. Good night. And she just very, astutely gets up and leaves. What do you guys do for the evening? You have a little bit of time in the evening.
Oh.
What do you guys want to do?
Calda's going to order some food.
Excellent.
My friend's stomach hurts.
Your bed and board has been paid for the night, by the way, by Halia. She has secured you rooms and a meal, like a basic meal. If you want to get anything else, lavish, drinks, whatever, you pay for that yourself.
Yeah, she'll go up and say, my friend's stomach hurts. Something without dairy, but don't tell her that. Pretend it's full of dairy, but there's no dairy in it.
I can... Jeez, that's a bit of a request. Hold on. And it's quite late. She kind of runs into the kitchen and she's just kind of fiddles something together, and she brings out what looks like a cheesecake. It's just a cheesecake. It's to you, you might think it's just a cake, but it's definitely just a cheesecake. She's dairy, not dairy. Well, I mean, it's the only thing that looks like it's got dairy in it. So,
but there's none actually in it.
I don't know. I didn't make it. I'm sorry.
You'll regret it if there is.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're just really scary, miss. Can I just give this to your friend?
You may.
Okay. And she just scuttles over, just kind of staring at you.
Dessert.
She hands you a cheesecake.
Thank you. Thalia has not yet worked out her the appropriate dietary preferences. Great.
Oh my god, she's me 6 months ago.
Every day at work, I work at a burrito place, and I'll still eat a burrito while I have a tummy ache. I'm like, I have a tummy ache. Okay, time for this huge burrito. Anybody else doing anything for the evening? Anything fun?
Yeah, Oster is going to divvy out the payment from Barthen's, so everyone gets their 10 gold pieces. Oster doesn't split the extra 5 he got, but he's put it in an envelope, and he's going to send it back to his mom and dad with a letter, just regaling them of everything that happened.
The tavern keep can take care of that for you. You asked, if you ask her at all about postal services here, she says that they handle it. There's actually somebody else there that'll do it in the morning because she doesn't really know what to do. But excellent. Calda, did you have a look for your little frog friend?
I hope Thalia has Oster. My frog, Thalia. Where's Oster?
Oh, you rooted around for it, didn't you?
Well, no, Thalia was searching the guy that she suplexed.
Yeah. You did find the frog, Thalia, after. You do have it now in your possession.
May I have him?
Yes.
Can I have Oster, please?
Picks up real Oster.
No. Frog Oster.
Oh, I didn't know they would.
And I'll take Frog Oster and pocket him.
Why did you call them the same thing? That's very confusing.
No reason. She stares at real Oster.
Calda,
Okay.
please make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
No. I knew I would regret taking that fucking frog.
As soon as you said that frog, I was like, I have plans for this, baby, if I ever get the DM seat.
14.
Huh?
14.
14. That is a failure. You still have your line if you'd like to use it.
Yes.
So for those watching, I have a little mechanic called line because we're in a play. Any player, if they fail a saving throw, an ability check, they can say line once in the game. And we both roll a d20 together. And if we both get odds or evens, they critically succeed. And if we mismatch what we get, they critically fail.
Oh no, Dahi, I'm scared.
Please be scared.
I got 7.
Oh, I got a 13. You critically succeed.
Ooh.
So the reason I asked you to make this saving throw in the first place, because when you put the frog back in your pocket, when you spend a little bit of time with it, you just hear a and that's all you hear for now.
Can she take it back out and look at it? Yeah.
It's just a little frog statue.
She'll pocket him again.
You hear as you're putting it in your pocket again, as you're like putting it away, you hear again. Nobody else hears this.
I have an important question about the frog statue. Is it like a normal shaped frog, or is it one of those? You know how everyone's drawing those really cute frogs at the moment with like little butts and things, and like cute little eyebrows.
Oh,
please.
Okay, it's kind of like a facsimile of a frog. It's like a frog-like shape. It does have a little bum.
Oh, cute! Yes.
Let's say it's got a little bum because that's funny, and I think it's fun. Cool. So, do you guys take yourselves a little rest for the evening, or?
Ansfire is gonna grab Oster for a second and get a bit serious, and if you don't mind, Dahi, because it's on stage.
Absolutely.
It gets all silhouette-y. It's like that monologue moment in a play when it's like certain parts of it, the plays. Everyone, it's kind of like they're redressing the set. So the other actors have left
light
the stage.
Fog peppers the bottom of the floor, and 2 spotlights hit Oster and Osfire.
I wanted to have a word with you, boy, because I feel I owe you an explanation because I vouched for you to be safe with your parents, and I don't think I'm in the position to vouch for your safety anywhere because I seem to attract death everywhere I go. And I have a fear that your lack of urgency to want to fight to keep yourself and everyone else alive may end up being your downfall. My regiment all died because of me. And I don't want the same to happen to you, or to a certain degree, the rest of them, I suppose.
The spotlight kind of flickers a little bit, and you just hear Deceit go from the stage.
Clearly, Deceit is the best of us, and I want them to survive in all situations. But we're only doing all of this for their glory in life. But
the spotlight's a little brighter now.
You can see I'm a roadmap of disaster. My face is all scratched up. I lost half my ear. We came across we went out one day in the wilderness in the barren wastes of the Icewind Dale, and we came across a set of Yetis, and they decimated my group. And Osfar is very nervous about saying this because he's always given off this air of knowing what's going on. It's like I literally have been a cleric all of a wet weekend. Beforehand, I was a fighter. I thought I could channel my anger, but then I realized that I was put on this realm to heal. So I'm trying to find my way, and I can't vouch for you and keep you safe unless you're willing to fight for yourself, boy.
Oster is just kind of like, he's just going to shuffle awkwardly kind of on the spot, like under the light, and there's just beads of sweat on his forehead. and like the illusion is like looking over its shoulder, kind of like at Deceit for what do I say? And then Oster out in the crowd just stands up, and he looks to the stage, and then he looks at Osfire here and now in the Bard's Quill Tavern. If I ever put you in a pinch, Osfire, if I ever made you feel like you couldn't rely on me, well, I'm sorry for that. But I won't apologize for trying to do right by everybody. And, you know, in a jiffy, trouble, rubble, heat, well, I'll be there. And I'll make sure that everybody gets out. And I like your ear. It's knobbly.
And on present day Osfire is kind of like, I don't recollect this conversation going this way at all. I wasn't in any way this.
If you recall, and then like Oster kind of looks kind of back and points at the stage, and Oster on stage is on his hands and he's crying. Like he's just, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm a mess. I failed you, sir. I'm so sorry.
Osfire on the stage is flipping through the script going, I don't recall you saying that there was going to be crowd interactions here. I mean, you hired me to do this role, and you said it was going to...
That was so beautiful. Oh, you all, thank you. And the stage turns to black, the curtains fold, and a one singular spotlight hits Deceit, and they just say, wow, I told myself I wouldn't cry. Well, that was beautiful, but I would like to announce that we're going to intermission. What a great place to leave it. Oh, I've done it again. Okay, please get some snacks. Jim Jam Flim Flam is outside with a cart of jellies, jams, preserves, chutneys, and whatever the hell else he has. I'm so good at this. And then they just go backstage. And that is where we're going to take our intermission.
Cal's going to go around.
Because I realised it was 9:30, and I was like, this is a good part to go to intermission.
Yeah.
And Cal to get
If
her
that's cool,
program
if I can call
signed
it.
by everyone on intermission. By all of her friends that aren't famous. She wants them to sign the program.
Deceit has actually already pre-signed your
That's fair.
by the way.
Unexpected.
And it's like, it looks like it's done with like an auto pen, like a stamp kind of thing, like, and it's got like a little star on it and everything. Yeah. Is it good to call a
Sure,
break?
perfect.
Here?
Okay, we'll be back in 10.
Hi. Welcome back. I hope your break was good. Deceit has just finished crying in the wings about how brilliant their work has been so far. That's just okay. I need to focus. Get back out there. So, as we see the stage yet again, in darkness, the curtains closed, a light appears on the center, and the curtains draw open again to reveal a lovely sunlight shaft filtering through the windows of the sleeping giant, where our heroes wake up from their long rest that they've had undisturbed in the sleeping giant. They've had a nice peaceful rest, maybe with a little bit more croaking for some. It's maybe every couple of hours you just hear a little croak or two, Calda. Oster and Osfire, however, I have given inspiration for their lovely little duo speech because it was fab. I meant to say it before, but I was all wrapped up in being emotional about my play being the best thing ever. So you guys awake and you head downstairs. Who awakes first, do you think? I'm sure. I was going to say it's probably Oster. Why am I even asking that question? Crack of dawn, cleaning for the tavern lady. No.
Yeah, so Oster got up because it's second nature, and he's in a tavern, so he automatically, it's that thing of like, oh, I have to get up and I have to help. So he's gone downstairs, and without asking anybody, he's just chopped some wood. And he has cleaned down all the tables, the bar. He's about to tackle the chimney, and then he remembers he needs to get breakfast on as well.
So so there's a couple of people around the bar, around the tavern, who work there. The little lady that you met the day before, she was a very young, like early 20s, like elven woman. Her name is Tara. You find you just started working, and she just kind of didn't stop you because she's like, well, many hands make light work. And she has urged you multiple times. You are a guest here. You don't need to do your work, but I feel like Oster would have just been doing it anyway, while being like, yeah, no, that's fine, and then just be continuing to clean. So she just said, fuck it, like I am still getting paid. So
can I get you anything?
Oh no, love, please.
I've just put on fresh coffee and.
No, you're lovely. I'll get the coffees all sorted. You just finish what you're doing here. I know whatever you're cooking smells lovely. Whatever that is, you can maybe finish cooking that, and it'll be no charge, obviously, for whatever you're cooking because you're making the fucking food. Oh. I'll get you a coffee. Don't worry. Oh, you're so sweet. And she just toddles off to get you a coffee. The innkeeper, however, is a little bit later to get up, and he's a little bit of a surlier gentleman. He's a little bit more just like he's a little older. He's a little like less green than the young girl who works there. His name is somewhere here in front of me. Deceit is flicking through the script, and it's just kind of like, I know this man is important. We've met him a few times. What is his name again? Who was he? Oh, his name is Jonathan. I don't care. So this man's name is Jonathan now. I don't care if that's his name. It is now. So, Jonathan. Jonathan, what was his surname? Sleeping Giant? Probably. I don't know.
Sleeping Giant. Nice.
So, Jonathan Sleeping Giant. Johnny Sleeps. For short. No. His name is just John. I'm just going to go with John. Johnny Sleeps. Hey. Are you talking to me the way you're talking to me?
Are you Johnny Sleeps? So.
Johnny Sleeps. Sorry.
Oh no, you have to. You have to do that now.
Deceit snaps. Deceit snaps at Osfire. The crowd is like, "Don't ruin my other play." Have you been through my manifestos again?
Spoilers.
Please. Anyway, places. Spoilers. So Johnny kind of sees you working away, and he's just like, "Kid, what are you doing? Why are you working? You don't work here."
Oh no, I just noticed that some of your top shelf it's just got a bit of dust, and like Osfire is using like his vest, and he's just kind of like wiping the top of it off, and now he's kind of cleaning the bottles.
Well, I guess you can pour me a coffee while you're working.
Yeah.
And he just sits down and starts going through his books, like the books for the sleeping giant.
It's a really swell place you have here. My parents have a little tavern in Neverwood. It's not anywhere.
Oh, which one?
It's the Bard's Quill.
What are your parents' names, Oster? Your characters' names? I don't know personally. So.
Benjamin and Martha.
There we go.
Martha, what's your name?
Oh, what's your second curate? You're the curate boy. You're Ben and Martha's kids. They're good folk. They're nice people. Yeah, I've met them once or twice at the Neverwinter Inn Con.
Well, I was supposed to go with them this year, but I'm doing this instead now. So
yeah. I mean, look, they're good folk. Well, look, there's no need for you to keep messing around. Like you can just take a seat, and Tara will bring out some food and stuff to you. Just chill. You don't need to work here. If you want to, you can.
Well, yeah, if it's all the same by you, I reckon
I'm not going to stop you. And he immediately goes back to his books. He's just like, do what you like. You've got those shelves really clean, so yeah, do what you want.
Yeah, I will then.
And you kind of hear him. You kind of hear him mutter under his breath. It's just like, wish half the fucking delinquent kids in this town would take after this young fella. Fucking little shitheads. Like he's talking about the kids around here and how they're useless and how you're a good example, but he's saying that under his breath kind of to himself.
Okay.
Stupid kids around here.
Are you behind the bar, Oster?
Yes, yeah, he is.
Okay. Caldus is going to like appear on the other side. She's going to come up from the floor.
So many crickets! I'm so sorry.
Calda, roll me an intimidation check, please. just general intimidation. Just very general.
Why did I keep going?
Because that was fucking creepy.
Oh, that was gone forever. That's gone onto the television. 16.
Jesus. So, Johnny sleeps. John, who was sitting at the
sleeps no
bar,
more. Jesus Christ!
Just sees you rise up and just goes, "Oh, gee. Stay back. I'm just gonna go get the local cleric because we need another exorcism in here."
I'm a cleric. I can exorcise any demons that you may have.
Well, good. Because this creature right here needs to just not do what she's doing. That's awful.
I mean, that just what she does. Really, she just exists in that general state.
Oh, she's not a ghost.
No, I don't. Have we ever? Actually, I don't think we've ever checked if she's a specter of any kind. And I just poke Calda in the leg.
Does it feel spectral?
Yeah, no.
It doesn't really feel spectral. No. Feels weird.
Oster.
John is gonna reach out his hand and just kind of go to like shake yours, Calda. Go to extend the hand to shake it.
And push it to the side. Oster.
Gee, here. I'm going back upstairs. And he just leaves.
How are you making
It's like Tara can deal with you.
How are you making him talk?
How am I making...
He's trying to tell me something.
Who's trying to tell you?
The other Oster. He's trying to tell me something.
Who's the...
She'll bring the frog on her palm, just out of nowhere.
Deceit is just sprawled kind of across the bar, just like, oh, there's another Oster? Really? Another one? We already have one.
What is he saying to me? I need to know.
He's... And he, like, Oster's gonna lean in, like, very apprehensively to the frog to see if the frog is saying anything.
Give me a perception check.
What magic is it? Tell me everything, Oster.
That is a 13 plus 1, 14.
You don't hear anything. Not a thing.
Kind of like looking at Osfire and Talia as well. Oster kind of looks back, and with all the earnestness that he can muster, he's saying he hopes you have a hopping good time in Phandelver.
Oh.
Insight check.
Roll deception for me, please. Deception versus insight, please.
14.
Yeah.
That's just a straight 17. Like I have no pluses or minuses to deception.
Okay. A hopping good. And she'll just turn the figure to her. What does that mean?
Calda, make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, I want to solve this frog's enigma. What is this? What's he trying to do? 15. 15, yes.
15. As you look at the frog, and because you saved against it last night, you almost see like something in the little jewel-like eyes. You see something move. You see something shimmer. It looks like a fish in a pond, like in both eyes, kind of swimming around. Very, very faintly. You hear that again. And this time you understand what it says. And it just says, "No, just for me. You're just mine. Don't tell anyone else."
I won't tell anyone else.
And you hear the croak again, and you don't understand it anymore.
Oh! She'll pocket it again, and she'll just... She'll poke real Oster on the nose and say, "You awaken."
Oh. I'm very... And like Oster's gonna... Hoppy for you.
Gross. Disgusting. Calder will enjoy that.
You see now Tara rushes out of the kitchen, and she is like putting down like plates of like food and coffee like really frantically, and she's looking really frazzled and really like she's shaking, like visibly shaking. And she's like, so our one of the guys just came back from he was getting a delivery from the orchard, and it looks like there's something happening over there, and it doesn't look good. I think they said Captain Dreadmaw was there.
Captain Dreadmaw?
Yeah, he's like self-appointed, like he's a bit of an arsehole, to be honest. But he's one of their...
that name?
Yeah, he did, to be honest. But like, we kind of have to call him it, or else we get the chop. That's what he calls when he kills people. Like, I know it's a lot of things,
That's
but
very
like,
dramatic.
He sounds like a bad apple.
That was a good one.
Yeah, he is actually.
This sounds very bad. Alia stands up and just like takes like 6 rashers of bacon in her claw and just shoves it in her mouth and is like, "Right, I'm ready. Let's go."
Osfire takes his tankard of coffee and just hops off his stool and says, "I mean, I could drink this on the go, I suppose, but I mean, this guy sounds like an asshole. We gotta go. One, I wanna go see somebody who's called himself that name, and then if we have to dispatch him, I'm sure we can dispatch him. But
then we can take the title.
I don't think I want that title. I think
it could be Osfire Dreadmora.
Oh.
And then and then
Deceit just kind of goes, "Ooh, that's kind of fetching, actually."
Osfire.
We should all have titles.
But I'm meant to be a healer. I'm not meant to strike dread into people's heart. And Osfire saying this as he's kind of wandering out the door.
We're getting distracted.
We'll workshop this. We'll workshop this and fade to black, and we fade in just outside the Erdmath orchard, where you see about 9, maybe 10, 12 Red Brand who have tied up this smallish figure. He looks maybe like he could be dwarven, and there is this very large gentleman standing over him, shouting orders at him, asking where is it? Is all you really hear from him. You just hear him say, "The papers, where are they? Where are they?" And the guy is just like, "I'm not giving you the fucking papers." Like, just, and he looks bruised and beaten. And I mean, if you look closely enough, I mean, the makeup team really needs to like work on it, because like those bruises just look like eyeshadow, but they're bruises nonetheless. Some of his crew kind of turn to look at you, and look at you all as you enter, and they say, "Boss, we got company." And one of them's just like, "Yeah, we got company. We got company." And he kind of turns.
Told us to take care of you.
"Oh, so you're in league with Miss Thornton, Miss Big Britches Thornton, are you?" And he steps forward, and you see him now. He is a very tall half-orc man with a sort of like cropped short dark hair and a big kind of bushy beard that almost looks like jagged teeth coming up and down, like from the mustache and the beard. And he's wearing this beautiful cloak with blondish fur peppered along the front that, Thalia, you notice it looks like it almost matches your own mane and hair. Like, that looks really nice. And it flows into a beautiful cloak down below, and he's wearing very similar attire to the rest of them, and he just looks at you all, and he just says, "What do you mean, take care of us?"
She said that was up to our own interpretation.
And as you're talking, more of his guards are like walking towards you and kind of taking your flanks where they can. And he's stepping towards you now, and he just says, "And what means are those?" Weird one.
I would like to tear your ligaments from your bones, but I think my friends would have an issue with that, so...
Well, I don't care about you and your friends, because you lot look like you're looking to get the chop.
How dramatic.
Does he have anything that looks like
he said the thing.
capable of chopping?
He has a big battle axe in his hands.
That is just eating a bag of
like a
Scotch
two-handed
eggs,
great
like.
axe. He just looks at you all. Say again.
Is that a promise? The chop.
What the? Lads, get him. Calda. Calda, you have been leading.
Amazing plan.
Calda, you have been... I've forgotten your plan, to be honest. What is your plan?
I'm gonna.
Oh yeah,
Run very fast.
Grab him and run.
Us is gonna run around.
Yeah, holding him around.
So, Calda, I am going to introduce my second mechanic of the evening, because you took charge in this situation. You have the plot armor. The plot armor is a +5 to your AC and advantage on saving throws. You may pass the plot armor to anyone else during your turn as a free action if you want, but as long as you have it, you have it. You can hold on to it if you like.
She's gonna pass that round.
If somebody else is taking the limelight in the situation, they might also be given the plot armor by me. Does a 17 hit you?
Yeah.
What's your even with the plot armor?
Yeah.
Oh god. Does
hold on. It was extra 5. Yeah, me to beat it. It's fine. Yeah. Never mind.
Oh, so then I'm assuming a 13 doesn't hit you then, right?
No.
Because you've been kind of talking to them, they're going to get 2 cheeky attacks on you. That is going to be 1 + 4. That is going to be 5 points of piercing damage from one of the archers in the background. And you see...
Can I use my reaction?
You can.
As a monk, when we leveled up last, I can catch and deflect missiles.
Absolutely, please deflect
Very
missile.
sexy.
I don't know how this works, but go for it.
So I roll a d10 +6, and then if I reduce the damage to 0,
You can throw it back.
So.
What was it? It was 5 damage, wasn't it?
5 damage total.
Oh, that's 6 plus 6 is 12.
Oh!
12.
Yeah. So can I use because I can spend a key point to throw it back?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a reaction. You can do that.
Delicious.
That's a dirty 20. But
holy shit.
Thing is, I don't want to throw it at the guy who shot it.
You don't like.
Can I
What do you want to throw at?
You just want to do a murder.
At an apple in the tree, like just like full on, like just
knock
an apple out of the.
I mean, you can also you could go for non-lethal if you wanted to.
Okay.
Well.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll get him. Yeah, I'm gonna get him an arrow in the knee. I'm gonna full on arrow to the knee.
So I'm gonna now describe the battlefield and what it looks like before we roll initiative and while we're in this little surprise round that happened. So that was deflected, but these groups of people that shot at you, they're kind of like huddled around each other. There's like 3 groups of men and then Captain Dreadmaw. And how I'm working this is I'm using minion horde rules from MCDM. They're a group. They're really cool. They make cool work. It's from their monster thing. And it's just a way to make battles bigger without throwing a bajillion enemies at you to kill you all immediately, because they're just easier to deal with. So roll damage, because that absolutely hits, because their AC is not that high.
Okay. That is 4 plus 3. That is 7 piercing damage.
7. So as you throw it back to hit one of them in the knee, you notice that the group of guys that shot at you, there was 3 of them there. You hit one of them in the knee and he falls, and now there's only 2 in one group.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
And he's like, "Oh my fucking knee! Oh fuck my fucking knee!" And he's out cold, but he seems okay.
Okay.
It's not fatal. He's more like out cold because of like the mortification of being hit in the knee with an arrow. It's like, oh fuck, I'm a 2011 meme. What the fuck? And he's like, so he is unconscious due to shame. But as the arrow hits him, like as he goes to like grab his knee, he like sprinkles a little bit of red glitter on the floor and he falls. Please roll me initiative.
Oh my god, I hope I do better than last time.
Oh, that's cocked. That's also cocked. What the fuck? That's awful.
16 for me.
Okay. Nat 1 for Oster.
Oh, Oster.
Fitting. Oh. What's your... Oh, we'll get totals in a minute. Oh my god.
18 for Thalia.
Fuck me.
Same for Osfire. My dex is...
Mine's 1.
Mine is... I think mine's... Sorry. D&D Beyond.
So who's the highest? That's probably Thalia.
Thalia. I've got 0 dex.
What was yours then, Osfire?
In total. Sorry, Osfire, not Oster.
18 again, but you had the lower dex.
The lower dex, yeah.
Oster?
In total, it's a 4.
Okay, cool. Funny enough, you're not going last. Thalia? Or not Thalia, Calda?
I knew you were talking about me. I just knew.
I was looking at you on my screen and you felt that. You hear a croak of approval. I'm joking. What was it? 17, 16. Did you say? 16. Okay, cool. You're next. And they all rolled like fucking garbage. So it's going to be 1. No, sorry, that's 3. 3. Oh my god, they're so bad. You got a 4, Oster, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
My god. Oh, that's wrong. I wish somebody could track initiative for me because I'm really bad at it.
Dude.
That's the wrong one. 1. Oh shit. I've made so many mistakes.
It's all good.
Okay, cool. I have it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total, right? There's 4 of them and 4. Oh, deceit.
Okay.
At advantage because I said so. And of course they got a 19 plus.
Oh,
plus
just
okay.
Oh,
they got a 19 and a 1. It is going to be deceit first, and deceit isn't going to do much in combat, except they're going to cast Mantle of Inspiration. So Osfire, Calda, and Oster, please get 5 points of temporary hit points.
Ooh.
Delicious.
For the Mantle of Inspiration. Sorry, Thalia, I can only hit 3 people, and you're the least squishy of everyone, so...
That's fair.
So now we begin the battle, and we have Thalia up first. What would you like to do? There's two melee groups close by ye, and there's an archer group in the back line beside Duran, and then Captain Dreadmaw is like in the middle of everyone, and you guys are at the front.
Those Scotch eggs didn't go down very well. This situation in general is just making the muscles bulge and the tummy rumble. So Thalia's gonna go into a rage. Let's see what magical thing happens this time.
What mayhem you create this
There's a
time.
little.
Magic infuses one weapon of your choice that you're holding.
Lucky that. Love that.
Cool. Okay. Oh, that's cool. If the weapon leaves your hand, the weapon reappears in your hand at the end of the current turn, so I can turn my great axe into like a little boomerang. That's
Throwing
cool.
thing.
Nice.
Cool. Okay, yeah, it's gonna go on my great axe. So she's like,
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
What? Let's go for the big guy. I'm gonna charge towards Captain Redmore, and
Yeah. The two of the guys, or two of the groups are in front of you. One of them is like kind of very close to him, so you might have to run past them to get to him, so you might provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay, in that case I'll just charge into that group that's in front of him.
Sure.
To try and break them up.
Yep.
There is oh gosh, many.
The archer group is the group that lost one, by the way. They're the group that has 2 left. The rest of them have 3. Yeah.
That's 21 to hit.
Yeah, it hits, maybe.
Does that hit?
Does a 21 hit? I love Dungeons and Dragons. 21 hit.
That's 13, and it's force damage because of my magical.
Whew. Okay, so you hit really hard, which, are you looking to do lethal damage or no?
Yes.
Sure.
Well, she's not thinking very straight because she's raging, so she's not really trying to hold back, but she's not necessarily trying to do lethal damage, but it is also an axe. A great axe.
Roll a dice with me, a d20 with me. See, chance what happens.
I've got an 11.
An 11. So you do kill one. Because I got a 20, so we mismatched. So you do kill one. I like to do chance-based stuff like that because it's interactive and fun. As you swing your axe, you cleave through and you hit one of them, and the force kind of pushes into the others and kind of makes them stumble, but they don't look like they take damage. And the guy who you connect with he just spins and goes flying, and he is out for the count. He's like at 0 HP, but like could be stabilized, that kind of thing. He's dying.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And she's just like,
is that your turn?
Yep.
Stunning. Calda. Oh, Osfire. Sorry, Osfire.
So Osfire is going to jump forward after finishing off his tankard of coffee, and he's going to reach out to. I know you've told me his name, but for whatever reason in my head, all I keep hearing is Captain Dreamweaver. But
Captain Dreadmaw.
Captain Dreadmaw. And he's going to reach out his hands and cast on Captain Dreadmaw, and 3 of the surrounding archers or dudes that are around him are going to cast some Bane.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. So
we get charisma saving throw of 12.
Bane is going to hit. It's going to hit the archers and then the other group that are front of them that Thalia is hitting, because they're all the closest together. Bane is wisdom? Charisma. You told me this. So, Captain Dreadmaw. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. That's a nat 20, a 17 plus 0, and an 18 plus 0.
They all succeed.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Oh my god.
Bonus action.
And look, they're burned on that, not on attacks at least.
So bonus action, cast spiritual weapon, and a large representation of Ozfire's badge of office from the militia hovers in the air above Captain Dreadnought. Like, the law has come to this town. You can slap it down. And the badge.
Does it get like a sort of Saving Private Ryan like blue filter over it?
You see, we cut back to the theater and we see Deceit writing furiously in their notebook, like, "Oh, this is good. I'm so good. I'm good at this. Damn it, I'm good."
Gonna have to take this to the Neverwinter Fringe.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Deceit's banned from there.
The Fringe, Neverwinter can. They love me there.
and that's
So,
the end
yeah,
of the go.
You hit with spiritual weapon, was it?
No, I cast spiritual weapon. I can. I don't.
You can attack on cast as well.
Can I on this bonus action? Oh, okay.
Yeah, is you cast it, it attacks, and then on subsequent turns you can command it to attack.
It's one of the least things I've ever done in this game.
Spiritual weapon is great.
It's powerful.
Okay, spiritual weapon. So I cast it. Big giant badge appears. Shablamo is going to smash down on the captain. Big huge badge of the militia. Oh, that's cocked. That is
what was his AC? Oh my god.
Do I add anything to it? I'm looking at the stats here. It doesn't give me.
Yeah, it's a spell attack.
Oh, it's a spell attack. So we're going for it too. That is a 14 to hit.
Just misses.
Nuts. Okay. Slams down and obviously just misses him. Hits the ground beside him.
But it's there now, so it can move 30 feet on your turn and do another attack. Okay, we move on to Calda.
Where is Oster? Real Oster, not Frog Oster.
Apologies, Calda. Sorry, I'm really sorry for interrupting you. Actually, I thought it was a +2. I have a +4 to hit.
Oh yeah, it hits.
Sorry, apologies.
Because you get your wisdom and your proficiency.
Yeah, apologies. So it's +4. So that's So that is a 10 damage to him.
Is it a what is
1d8
plus
2
weapon? Is it a d8 plus
2?
Plus the
damage.
modifier. Damn. Hell yeah. That hits him and he looks pissed.
Sorry, yeah, thanks. Okay, go ahead. Okay.
No, good.
What group are nearest to Oster?
So we've got Thalia on the side with the guys that just fought. We've got Ozfire kind of like back a little bit from them, and then I'd say Oster's probably closer to the other group, the group of 3. Closer, but like you're not in melee with them yet at all.
Yeah, Calda will glide back a little bit and throw her eyes over to the ones nearest Oster, because she was very impressed with him destroying that man's knee, and she would like to protect Oster to see what he does in his future exploits. So she is going to smile at him and say, "I'm watching you," at Oster, and throw her hand out while she's still looking at him, and cast. What'll we go for? Ooh. Oh, we're going to give Chaos Bolt to get another go again, but this time I'm going to do it at 2nd level because I just want to destroy everyone.
It's real funny. Fiona's camera froze for me for a second, and when it froze, she was all the way back here, but she was still talking. And then when she started talking again, when she came in, she was right up there. So it literally went from here.
We're all about
Calda core jump scare.
Full on J
Calda core jump scare.
Hello. Yeah, I'm going to do a 2nd level one just because I feel like it. That is 16 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, delicious. Let me see. Oh, I hope it jumps. I'm waiting for it to jump.
How does it jump?
You have to get the same number on your 2d8s, which I did not, unfortunately. And I get to add 2 d6s. Oh, this is really fun. Oh. 4, 5, 6, 10. It's 11 damage. I'm going to pick fire.
Cool. Of course. Shocker. So, as you cast your...
Great.
Oh, yeah. As you cast your Chaos Bolt, Calda just, like, draws up this shadowy energy from the ground that just bursts into flames and arcs through this group of men, all while staring directly through Oster. You hit one of them, and I'm sure you're going for lethal, my darling. He As the fire hits him, you see like beneath him these little sparklers go like, and he is launched to the ground, burning and writhing in agony because Calda did something. It has to be gross. It has to be like nasty.
How many are dead?
That is two out of the horde. So like there's still two of the hordes have 2 left, and one of them has 3 left. Oh no, all of them have 2 left. All of them have 2 left.
So how many are left in the group that I targeted?
2.
2. Can I burn 2 sorcery points and use twin spell and target another one with chaos bolt?
Sure.
I don't know if I have to roll again. Do I if I twin spell it, or does it just take
you do.
the same?
It's 2. It has to be 2 separate targets.
Okay.
So it's 2 separate.
That is 15 to hit.
That beats it.
Didn't get the same number. Boo earns. That is 14 damage. Oh no, I did!
Okay.
I got 2 4s. I did get 2 4s. Okay, just give me a second. Oh my god, I'm so excited. So excited.
I don't know what this means, but it's exciting.
That's force damage. If you roll the same number on both d8s, the chaotic energy leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice within 30 feet, and I have to make a new attack roll.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh god, it's the best day ever. Cal's having so much fun. That is a 18 to hit.
18 hits. My encounter is being ripped to shreds by Chaos Bolt.
Oh my god!
I love being a DM.
God! I just rolled 2 7s.
Oh my god.
So they're also dead.
Oh, it's gonna leap again. This is the best day of my life.
The only targets in range. The only targets in range
damage,
now.
and that's psychic damage.
Yeah, they're dead. They've exploded. So the only other target now in range is Captain Dreadmaw himself.
Okay.
Yeah. However, as this is happening, the chaos magic is drawn up from the ground, and Calda is not even looking at the death she's unleashing. She's just looking at Oster, and the flame leaps from her hands and scorches through one of the guys. As soon as that happens, her eyes flicker this like shadowy color, and another bolt of force damage, just this blast of energy hits and knocks the other 2 to the ground. They are just wasted, and their bodies being launched kind of almost like ricochet the magic back, and it takes this like blackish purple eldritch form that hits the next 2 guys in the head, causing this like arcing writhing feeling, and they just drop to the ground beside Thalia, and we arc again to Captain Dreadmaw. Happy. You're like a kid in a candy shop. It's wonderful.
24 to hit.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
My goodness.
Oh, I didn't double it. We're okay.
Shocker.
We're finished on this one, lads.
Double it and give it to the next person, guys. That's literally what this has been. Double it and give it to the
15.
Points off.
15. And I'm going to pick acid.
So as this psychic energy leeches back out of these guys' ears and eyes, it just coalesces into this dirty, blackish blackish green bolt of energy that just sickeningly casts itself out and strikes Captain Dreadmaw all across the chest, just missing the cloak. 15 points?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because I cast at 2nd level. Oh, it's delicious.
Jesus Christ. Chaos Bolt is something else. So there's one group left, the archers, and
still staring at Oster. Can Calda just say to him, I took care of them for you.
Oh my God.
The frog told me. You say, thank you.
Oster is just gonna look at Osfire, and he's just gonna start walking towards the beat up guy that's tied up, and he's just going to ignore Calda.
So we move to Dreadmaw's turn then next.
Best moment of my D&D life.
He is immediately going to bellow and just... He is furious. As he shouts, you hear him shout, "Men, to me!" And two more groups pincer in from the left and right-hand sides. Oh. Two more groups of archers. There's only two of them each in those ones. And they get a shot at you, Calda. And they both miss because we got a raid. Hi. Howdy. You're about to see me have my encounter absolutely destroyed by one chaos bolt. Yeah, none of those hit you because they were all trash. They were all like below 10. So just these arrows come flying at you, and Dreadmaw himself is going to run for you directly, Calda.
Oh my god!
He is going to take a swing with his battle axe at you. That is going to be a +5 to hit, which does not hit. He is going to attack you again with his multi-attack. That is better. It is 15 to hit.
Beats it.
Okay, yeah, you're going to take... Where's my other D4? Where are you? There's one. I don't know where my other one is, though. That is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8 points of bludgeoning damage, because he after he hits you that time, he misses with the battle axe, and as he's swinging with the battle axe, he kind of like leverages his body backwards with the swing, and then brings his knee up and kicks you full into the chest. Make a strength saving throw for me, please.
A strength saving throw. What is my strength? Not great. Not great, lads. Oh, that's a 4.
You are knocked 10 feet back and you are prone.
Okay.
Moving to Oster.
Oster kind of... He was about to disregard Calda because he did not like what happened. And even,
what happened?
Even Oster in the stage, like, you're watching it, is just... He's also... I mean, as pretty and as high production values, as it's a little too high production for the sparklers, the streamers, the glitter. It's just... It's a little too much. So even Oster's looking away from it, like, and he accidentally looks at Calda, who's just beaming.
Delighted.
And he just hears the very loud, heavy footsteps of the performer who is playing Captain Dreadmaw just come barreling across the stage, and he kind of remembers what it was like then, and in that moment where he left Calda's side and like left her open to the attack. I mean, he didn't. He just he blames himself for what happened to her. Oster kind of just on the ball of his foot turns, seeing Calda just get literally knocked back and hurt so violently, and he just runs straight at Dreadmaw and dives at him with his both feet forward.
Give me attack.
Yeah.
To cave in his chest again.
to go right
Your signature move.
That is an 18 to hit.
It does hit, indeed. AC's not super high.
Okay. And it is a...
I may have underpowered this encounter. No, but it's fun. It's still fun.
You weren't accounting for the power of chaos.
No, I was not. That literally killed like 2 full hordes.
It'll never happen again.
No, it won't.
Ever.
And it'll never happen when we need it most.
Okay, so that's 7 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
that hits him.
He's going to use because he's going to actually here's what he's going to do. I can use because I'm a monk making unarmed strikes. I can use my bonus action, but I can also spend a key point to do 2 further. Oh wait, sorry, I have to spend a key point as a bonus action to do. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend a key point to take 2 more unarmed strikes against him. So
sure,
that is 17 to hit on the first one.
Yep.
And 23 to hit on the second one.
Oof. Does a 23 hit? Yeah, it does.
23
hit.
Okay. That is 17 damage in total.
So I'm assuming you're going for a non-lethal.
Yeah. So what Oster wants to do is as he runs at Dreadmaw, it is that thing of he dive kicks at him like both feet forward, but then wants to grab him like kind of in his thighs, swings up around him like they're just throwing the full force of his body around him.
Yeah.
And just kind of with his knee, kind of bringing it into his chest to wind him. And then as he comes down, he just wants to crack him straight into the head for a headbutt.
This Nina Williams bullshit
100%.
absolutely
100%.
works. As you launch yourself like the Irish queen she is. Nina Williams is Irish, by the way.
She is.
And her sister Anna.
And her sister Anna with the English accent for some reason. We don't talk about it. She moved to London in her teens. Yeah. So you swing him around and you crack him on the floor, and just as you're about to bring your head down to meet his and smack him in the head, he kind of like looks at you dazed and stunned and is about to say something before crack, you knock him unconscious. The archers around you all see this. I'm assuming that's your turn.
Yeah.
They all see this and they all start to fucking I want you all to make a group intimidation check for me first. Because
as part of his intimidation, Osfar is going to basically stand underneath the huge hovering badge and go,
yeah, hell yeah.
The law has come to town, boys.
Make yours with advantage.
Okay.
Please.
I rolled a 16.
Mine's 16.
15 for Oster.
Say again. 15.
An 8.
I'm going to say Thalia because you're imposing. I'd say, are you using your strength modifier for that instead of
no
charisma?
But I could do, which would make it an 11.
I will allow you to use strength. Perfect, because you're physically imposing. I think strength is a perfectly reasonable charisma or intimidation modifier. And Calda, what was that? 16?
16, yeah.
16 and Osfire.
16,
what did you say?
16.
16 and Oster. Yeah, they're all bricking it. They just saw you wipe out some of their friends and also total their captain. They are a bunch of them now. You see a bunch of the archers. Some of them are maybe 40. Some of them are maybe in their 30s. A couple of them are 17, 18-year-old guys like you saw in the bar. They're not useless. They're militia. They're not seasoned warriors or guardsmen, or they haven't been training for this for a very long time. So this is not good for them. They all begin to run, and some of them take some parting shots at you. Calda, a disadvantage because you did a bad thing, and that is a natural 2. Oster, a disadvantage. That is a 10. And Oster again, a disadvantage is a 7. They took some parting shots to run away. They tried and they fled. They wanted to be seen to be trying, but they missed completely. As you see them all escape, the battle dies down yet again. You are victorious over the Red Brands yet again. And there's a bit of a crowd after gathering, and you hear applause. And is that applause from the actual stage? Is that simulated applause? No, it's real applause from these real people that are definitely real and not actors in a play. So you hear applause from these people. You see Halia Thornton make her way up the road, and she says, well, I heard there was a bit of a commotion. I'm glad to see you come out this side of it. Good on you. And she kind of turns around and looks and sees Duran tied up, and she kind of looks to you, Oster, and she kind of gestures for you to fetch him. She sees you on Captain Dreadmaw, after beating the shit out of him, and she's like, can you...
Oh, sorry. And Oster is just going to just fix Dreadmaw's face. He's just going to
yeah, he's fine. He's
a
just...
little of the blood off, and then he's going to give a thumbs up to Halia, and he's going to run over to Duran.
As you go to help Duran, Thalia, you may absolutely pilfer that cloak if you want to. The beautiful cloak with the big blonde
Matches
mane
my
on
mane
it.
so beautifully.
Exactly. It marries into your mane perfectly when you throw it around your shoulders, and it just works. It looks good. Calda, you find a couple more bangles and jewelry to add to your collection. And as you're all talking and Halia's congratulating you and giving you your reward, you see two more red brands turn the corner around a big, like, almost wall of trees. And you just see them, like, two of them holding, one of them's holding two trees, and the other one's holding two big bags of apples. And they're like, one of them turns to the other, and he's just like, what, mate? Yeah, I swear, like, we're going to make it good. Like, we're going to get promoted and all because, like, Iano, he loves these apples, he does. Yeah, he fucking loves them, yeah. So he's going to promote us when we come back to... Is that fucking... And they like drop the apples in the trees and they scarper. And now you have two trees and two bags of apples. And you have also learned that somebody named Iarno loves the apples of Erdmath Orchard.
Oh.
As our heroes are congratulated and applauded by the people of Phandelver, the curtains draw close once more and the lights dim. And one singular spotlight hits the center of the stage, and we see yet again our host of the evening, Deceit, wearing a new outfit. Did they costume change in the middle? Yeah, they did, of course.
So quick.
So they have a costume. They have a new costume on, and they say, "Patrons, good patrons, thank you so much for attending the premiere of The Apples of Wrath. Please, autographs to the back of the stage. Stage doors will be open in but a few moments. I will be here all evening, and roses are expected. Thank you all. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and you're welcome to come back again." And then they just take a very deep bow, and as they do, the curtains open, and the illusory copies of you all also take a bow. Captain Dreadmaw gets up off the floor and takes a bow.
I thought he was really knocked out.
Takes a bow, and as they all bow, as they all hit the bottom of their bow, they burst into stars and magic and fog. And the fog envelops the stage again, and when it is gone, there's no more stage setup. The stage looks like how you just set it up before, a regular little stage. There's no facsimile of Phandelver. I love using that word today. It's so fancy. There's no Phandelver-like setting anymore. It is just the stage as it was. And as quick as you can turn to each other and ask, what the fuck was that? Deceit is sitting beside you with their arms outstretched over the backs of the couch on this booth and just says, "Well, darlings, what do you think? It's a hit, no?"
I mean, I guess. I mean, we now know how we ended up where, yeah.
A little embellished,
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe?
Not embellished.
Oh, well, darling, what's a story without embellishment? Please.
I suppose.
I mean, I think, Deceit, if you tone down maybe some of the gore, you could definitely...
Well, to be fair, that was on the part of one of my associates. Yes, they were my... Oh, what's the word? Consultants. One of my consultants. You know Calda. She's right here. She said that I could spruce things up with a little more violence, you know, and I thought, ooh, heroic violence is beautiful on stage, and it's really in vogue right now. So, I'll take your
violence okay.
I'll take your consult on board, darling. I'll take your consult on board. Don't worry.
I think a musical number could really add something.
Oh, well, I'll just have to work on that for the next one, shouldn't I? I've heard you all have wonderful singing.
Jesus Christ!
And with our heroes agonizing over whether they're going to be singing the next time Deceit speaks to them,
for some reason, Fiona, your camera just took over the whole screen.
We draw our actual play to a close. Oh god, I'm so not nervous anymore because I was really nervous at the start.
You're fine. It was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. That was so much fun.
That was so good.
We have to roll for our next DM.
We do.
We also have to figure out our dates because the 25th doesn't suit everybody at the moment. So we're going to look to maybe... Plus, I don't want Fiona getting out of potential DM duties. So true. Bear with it. We'll let you know on social media, but for now we will roll for our DM. And so Fiona is number 1. I'll be number 2. Wayne is 3, and Philippa is 4. If I can find the blood.
It's Philippa's time.
I want Philippa to be the DM next.
Let's see how the dice roll.
Let's see where it goes.
Let's hope it.
Oh! The dice has spoken. It is a 4.
Yay! Yes! I'm so happy. That means everybody's had a chance.
Yeah.
So, Philippa, you will be DMing really wherever you want at this point.
Pretty much. Pretty much. You can do it after mine and also do the same thing as Wayne, or do after Wayne's.
Let's go right to the end. No.
or you can skip. Or do you know what? Thalia just tells an abridged version from the very start of the entire campaign. She's like, I took my cliff notes. This thing happened. Stop. A musical number. Also, we have sponsors to talk about too. Again, we had, just as we said at the start of the episode, we have 2 wonderful sponsors for the thing. We have Dakota Irish. I almost called them D8 Dungeon again, but again, that's who we are. They make some beautiful dice, and also paraphernalia and other like objects like dice trays, dice towers, like t-shirts, all the fun stuff. They're stunning. There's probably going to be a code in the chat. It is invalid right now. We're looking to get another one very soon. So just check out socials and the Discord for that, because it's really cool. The Discord is great. Come join. And there's also the Rook and the Raven, who make beautiful notebooks and journals and planners for your campaigns and characters and all that good stuff. And we have a little 10% or what 15, is it? I think 15% discount over there if you use D8 Dungeon at the checkout. It is a really, really worthwhile because they're so cool. They're really nice.
That's us. Just to very, very quickly mention that you can find D8 Dungeon on all social media channels at D8 Dungeon, and then for all our DMs and our players here at Random DMs, their socials are linked now in chat, so you can find and follow these phenomenally, wonderfully talented folks. Where you see over here? Wherever I'm pointing.
Here.
And the last thing I'm going to mention is work is kind of officially underway. Amber's been working away like a Trojan horse for the last couple of weeks on it. But we will be looking to contact and get volunteers for D8 Dungeon Drive for the end of July. So we'll be looking for DMs to partake. And I'm working on, and I might talk to some of you all about it, doing a Random DMs mini adventure where during the game the DM could actually change mid scene, mid scenario. So
that sounds hilarious.
Yeah,
that sounds
good.
Good.
With the players, donating for all the randomness and just trying to see where the game goes. So without further ado, we will let these wonderful folks go to bed. And I hope you have a great week, everybody. And we will figure out what we're going to do for the next recording day and let you all know, because we're very, very excited for Philippa to take the reins.
Yes.
Good night.
Thank you, guys. Bye. Good night.
Bye.